Thank you for being here, for the invitation. I'm happy to explain something a bit European tax law, and not only Europe. I'm sure you want to conquer the world. You start from Greece, and then you want to expand your business in Europe and outside Europe, making many sales. So you need to have an overview of the main tax regulation that you will need to address. So it's an happy problem, because if you need to address many foreign tax laws, it means your business is growing, right? So today, 4 major topics, and in 20 minutes we will need to squeeze them a bit. First, VAT, foros prostitemenis axias, if I'm not wrong. I grew up in Italy and we studied ancient Greek for 5 years, but I suspect the language has changed since Plato and Socrates, so I will stick to English. Then we have customs duties. Of course, if you are selling outside the European Union, because within the European Union we have a single digital market, a single custom union, so there are no customs duties. Then packaging tariffs. This is a new topic for many merchants, and we will address it. And then alcohol duties, if you want to sell wine, and of course you should ship some Assyrtiko to the UK, to Germany, France, you need to understand how it works, alcohol duties why. So let's start from VAT. We have 3 cases, and I made some pictures to help you understand. This is case number 1, it's the easiest one. You are selling your products to a Greek consumer. In this case, you will apply Greek VAT. This is the standard rate, it depends for the product you are selling. So I'm sure that you already know this is something new. And if you didn't know it, it's a problem. Case number 2 is a bit more complicated. Selling products to consumer within the EU. You have 2 different situations. Because the first question you're asking yourself is where I am applying VAT. Because you need to apply VAT. But where? Am I applying VAT in Greece, or am I applying VAT in Germany, where the parcel is going to? And the answer is it depends. It depends on the revenues you're making in Germany, or in all the other European countries. So if you're doing less than 100,000 euros per year in Germany, you will apply Greek VAT on sales to German consumers. So you will treat a sale to Stuttgart, Berlin, as you would treat a sale to Athens. We are talking about VAT. But if you exceed the 100,000 threshold, you will start to apply German VAT. So, and I will explain you what you need to do in this case. And there is a reform starting in 2021 that will change everything VAT-wise. Third case, this is pretty straightforward. You are shipping your products to the US outside the European Union, you don't apply VAT. And if your parcel is lower than 800, has a value lower than $800 US, you will not pay any customs duties or sales tax in the US. So your parcel up to $800 US will be tax-free. Distance selling is e-commerce and has very peculiar regulation VAT-wise. Distance selling means you are taking care of shipping the product to a consumer. This is the main feature that triggers the distance selling regulations. So distance selling doesn't apply, so you have different VAT rules, and we will not talk today about these other VAT rules. When is the consumer taking care of the delivery? It never happens in e-commerce, Or if it's a business-to-business transaction, or if you are shipping products outside the EU. So these very complicated EU regulations about VAT on e-commerce will not apply in the event of a B2B transaction or an export outside the EU. I'm referring to very complicated rules about thresholds, for instance with Germany and all the other European countries. So I was saying before, if you are shipping products to consumer in other European countries, you apply VAT, the Greek VAT, as long as you don't reach a threshold of yearly revenues in that country. And the threshold changes. In Germany, as I said before, it's 100,000 euros. In France or Italy, it's 35,000 euros. So as long as you don't reach this threshold in a year, you will treat this sale as a domestic sale. But once you reach the threshold, immediately from that very sale, you need to have a foreign VAT number, in another European country. So let's make an example. I made an example about Germany and Greece. So it's 2018, and around Christmas you reach 100,000 euro threshold of sales in Germany. So from that very moment you need a German VAT number, and you will need to follow German invoicing requirement. You will need to apply 19% VAT instead of 23%, and you will need to pay every month the German Finanzamt, the tax authorities. In 2019, you will again continue applying German VAT for all the year. If in 2019 you don't reach the 100,000 euro threshold again, from 2020 you need to go back to Greek VAT, unless you decide to opt for the application of German VAT. You can understand from what I've said that this is a very complicated system. It gives you a headache because you need to monitor sales towards consumer in all Europe. You need to apply for the VAT number potentially in 10-20 countries, so it's very expensive. You need to follow the rules for invoicing and bookkeeping of foreign countries. You need advice. It makes it even more dangerous and expensive. Potentially, you will be subject to audits by the German authorities, or we can make an example of other authorities. And the scenario has changed. We have clients whose PayPal or Amazon account have been suspended in Germany, France, the UK, even in Luxembourg, because the German authorities were in touch with the Luxembourg authorities. There was a payable VAT, there was a VAT outstanding amount in Germany, and the German authorities contacted the Luxembourg authorities and instructed them to freeze the PayPal account. You can imagine the situation for the merchant. It was an Italian merchant. So it's more and more important to take care of VAT regulations compliance properly, because the tax authorities are, and you know it in Greece too, they want tax revenues, and they know that e-commerce is growing. So from 2021, good news, easier rules. VAT will always apply in the country of destination, so no more thresholds in the European country of destination, but you will be able to report and pay VAT by using an electronic interface, as it happens with digital services from 2015. So it's a system that has been tried for 3 years now. So if you're selling to a consumer in Italy or France, Germany, you will need to apply the local VAT, Italian, French, German, but you will not need a VAT number in Germany, Italy. You will use your Greek VAT number, and you will report everything from Greece. And then the Greek authorities will split the amount, hopefully. And even easier for bookkeeping and invoicing, you will need to follow Greek rules. Even if you're selling a product to France and you're applying French VAT, so it's 20% instead of 23%, you will still follow Greek invoicing requirements in terms of invoices, bookkeeping, and so on. So it's a good reform, it's a very good reform for smaller merchants. Second topic for today, customs duties. So we are going outside Europe. Customs duties are payable in the country of destination. So you're selling products to China or Japan or Russia or the US. You're not applying VAT in Europe, but for sure, it depends. The parcel will be subject to customs duties when it arrives to China, Russia, Canada. unless there is a free trade agreement or unless the parcel is below a certain value. So, for instance, if you're selling products to Australia, there are no rules, but in general, if the value of the products of a shipping zone is lower than 100 Australian dollars, there is no GST at the border. So what happens if you decide to ship products outside Europe? Because you have two alternatives from a logistical standpoint. You can decide to have your customer paying duties at the postal office or to the courier. So you're not taking care of customs duties. But you can imagine, especially if the product is very valuable, your customer in China, in Russia, in Canada wants to receive everything at home with no nuisance, with no problems. In this case, you can decide to make an agreement with your courier. I'm not mentioning any courier today, and having everything duty delivery paid. So your courier will pay customs duties to China, to Russia, on your behalf, and it will charge you every month. Of course, in this case, you need to include the customs duties in the retail price you apply to your customer. So if you expect a parcel of the value of 100 euros to be subject to 20 euros of customs duties plus VAT in another non-European countries, you will need to apply a 120 retail price if you don't want to lose a margin. And of course, you will incur other costs with the courier, but you will make your customer happy. It depends on the value of the transaction, it depends on the type of merchandise. If you're selling luxury product, your client is expecting everything at home without the need of paying customs duties to the postman or to the courier. As I said before, Europe has a huge network of free trade agreement with other countries, Canada, or there is a new one with Japan, and all Northern Africa, for instance. So in this case, Israel is very good, because there is no customs duty will apply if the product has been made in Europe. So of course, if you're buying a product from China and then you sell it outside Europe, a free trade agreement between Europe and the other country will not apply because the product is originating from China. But if the product has been manufactured in Europe, you will enjoy the free trade agreement. But still, the parcel will be subject to VAT, because VAT or sales tax are not concerned by free trade agreements. This is only for customs duties. The reason is quite simple, because domestic sales are subject to VAT and GST. Even imports need to be subject to GST and VAT. So to have a plain field. Third topic. Not many merchants know, but you're supposed to pay packaging tariffs if you're shipping products to Europe, and there are no thresholds. So if you're selling to German consumer or French consumer, you're supposed to pay an yearly fee. It's quite low for Germany and France to dispose of the packaging. So it's for the environment. It's a good rule. And right now the level of enforcement is not very high. But there are penalties. Germany, France, they apply penalties if they discover that you are shipping products to France and Germany without paying the green dot fees. And if you have a VAT number in Germany or France because you're shipping there, they know you're shipping there, of course. So be careful. Last but not least, alcohol duties. This is probably the most complicated area tax-wise in Europe, because you probably know that when you're shipping products with alcohol, so beer or wine or spirits, to another country, you need to pay alcohol duties in that country. And of course, if it's a B2B transaction, your importer in France and Germany will pay the alcohol duties, will take care of reporting and everything. But what happens if you're shipping to consumer? Because the consumer in Germany or France who is drinking your wine will not be able to take care of compliance for alcohol duties purposes. So you need to appoint representatives in both countries, but it's very complicated. And some countries don't even allow direct delivery of wine to homes. For instance, if you're shipping Greek wine to Ireland or to Austria, you need your wine to pass through a warehouse in Austria and Ireland. So you can imagine if you need your wine to pass through a warehouse, it's going to increase the cost and the time. So it's quite a mess. And there is really poor harmonization when it comes to applying alcohol duties on e-commerce products in Europe. And the problem is that even a single sale, even a bottle of wine shipped to the UK triggers all this regulation. It's a pain. And of course, the rules are different. For instance, Italy has a zero rate of excise duties on wine. Germany only sparkling wine are taxed. The UK, where I live, they're very, very heavily taxed. The Scandinavian countries, even more. Right now, it's not allowed by the law to sell wine online to Finnish consumers, to people in Finland. So it's not even a tax problem, it's a regulatory problem. You're not allowed, it's against the law. So right now, the current tax framework for alcohol products is making very, very difficult to create a single wine market for e-commerce purpose, and it's a shame for Greece because you have a wonderful wine. It's a shame for Italy, my home country, where wine is as good as in Greece. And so we really need to do a bit of lobbying in Europe and try to. There is good Bulgarian wine, I know, and it's growing. We need really to create a single market when it comes to the trade of wine, beer, spirits. And I thought this topic could be of interest here because it's a wine-growing country. And so the main topics are VAT, custom duties, alcohol duties, and packaging tariffs right now, tax-wise for e-commerce merchants. And as I said at the beginning of my presentation, you start from Greece, but then you want to conquer the world, and only the sky is the limit. Thank you.